What's up, Collector Squad? We are back with another statue review, and this is the Darth Maul Mythos statue from Sideshow Collectibles. And man, I am so excited to review this one with y'all. It is unbelievable. I've been waiting a long time for it. I just can't wait to dive in, talk about everything that's going on with this. It is a great, great statue. So let's get started. All right, guys, so getting started with the review, we're going to start down at the base like we always do. Nice kind of rocky base. This is actually a Sith temple base, and it looks like we've got Darth Sidious or Emperor Palpatine over here on the base, which is really, really cool. Love seeing that kind of portrait of him down here on the right, or would be your left side of the base. And just the way it's all crumbling, it's awesome how the rocks are all kind of all falling apart. You see a bunch of cracks. And there's actually something I really didn't notice when I was looking at the pictures is you see some nice kind of orange highlights through the broken rocks and some of the cracks and everything, and it really kind of makes everything stand out and look even better, especially when you see it in person. And then as you come over here to his foot, where it looks like he's leaping off of the base, it's a really nice effect because it looks like he's force jumping off of the base. So you can see rocks are kind of going out from around his foot in a very forceful way, because that foot is, with that force push, is pushing everything out and kind of up in this direction. So it's really nice how you can see some of the rocks are actually kind of flying off of the base too. So again, a very, very cool effect. And then let's go up into the robotic legs on Darth Maul, who has already been chopped in half by Obi-Wan Kenobi. And the detail on these legs, guys, is unbelievable. Like, you just start down at the feet. It actually looks kind of like an actual human foot, just in robot form. And then you can see all of the joints and everything. And again, there's just so much detail all the way from the foot up the lower leg. You can kind of see the knee joints. There's actually wires running up the back of this leg over here. And then you get up to the hip joints, and there's these big kind of circular hip joints up here. And it's just, again, unreal detail. And by the way, I'll go ahead and say it again. This is a Kucharik Brothers sculpt, and they did the same, or they were the same sculptors as on the Asajj Ventress statue that we reviewed a couple weeks ago. So be sure to go check that one out. But just again, they are killing it right now, especially with this Mythos line. And speaking of them, I've mentioned it before, but now we kind of go up to the skirts that are flying out around Maul as he's jumping off the base. And the detail that they're able to get in this material, the way it just kind of flows all around him as you see that, again, that forceful jump off of the base, it is just unbelievable. I can't say it enough, but I just prefer that to mixed media, because you just can't pose mixed media like this yourself. Or if you did, it would just take a lot of work. And if you look really close, again, something I didn't really notice as much in the pictures is there is just so much detail, not only in the folds of the fabric, but there's just all this texturing too, that again just makes it so much better, again, to me, than just your typical kind of mixed media. And then there's a lot of kind of fading and weathering, especially as you kind of go toward the outside of the skirts. As it gets closer to the end, there's just this cool weathering effect that makes it look like he's been out there getting after it, taking people out, getting down and dirty. It's awesome. It really is. And then kind of moving up the statue, you've got the nice kind of waistband here. It's got some cool folds and some kind of rings going down the side. Again, just really, really cool detail, like everything else we've seen so far. And then I think this is one of the best parts of the statue up here. We get up into like his chest and back and his arms and hands. And one of the things that I was really, as you can see, there's another Maul that I've got back here. And what I told myself is, if I was ever going to get another Maul, I really wanted it to be one without the shirt, so you can see all the tattoos, and with the robotic legs. And boom, like about a year later, after I was thinking about that, this thing got announced. So going back to the tattoos, it's awesome, guys. And it's not just painted on like you would think. They're actually kind of raised, so there's some nice texturing to the actual black part of the tattoos, and then really just kind of compared to the red of his skin. And just the designs are awesome on the chest and then on the back, and we'll get some pictures of this too that we'll be showing you throughout the video. and some video, but it really is awesome, and just kind of checking all that out and seeing the texturing that they did. And then you've got the wraps on his wrists and his lower arm over here. Just a really nice touch, actually kind of similar to the Asajj Ventress statue that they were able to do with those wraps, that it really went over her whole body. And then one of my favorite touches of the entire statue, you go up to the lightsaber right here that he's holding, and it has that same effect that the Mythos statues have started to have, where it kind of has that flared look down at the base, and then it goes out and gets skinnier as it goes. And that's on both ends. But and I don't know if it was the Kuchart brothers who came up with this idea or what, but I love it, because half of the double-bladed lightsaber, the back end over here, is actually Darth Maul's lightsaber. And then the top part right here is actually his brother Savage Opress's lightsaber. So it's like they're joined together, which makes it look really, really awesome. And I kind of have a little bit of a theory. You see that they always talk about the Mythos as like an image to kind of get your mind started, and then you kind of finish out the story of whatever you think might have happened. And in this situation, I'm thinking this is like a Maul he's been cut in half by Obi-Wan. He's been cast aside by Emperor Palpatine or Darth Sidious. And this is, if you watch the Clone Wars, spoiler alert if you have not, but if you've watched the Clone Wars, you know that Maul and Savage Opress actually take on Palpatine in a duel. And Savage Opress, Darth Maul's brother, is killed in that duel. So in my headcanon, it's like Darth Maul has taken his fallen brother's lightsaber, combined it with his. He's gone to this temple that almost looks like it's a temple that was made for Darth Sidious, and he's destroyed it, and he's just on a rampage, and he's taken out anyone and everyone in sight, and it will go kind of to the portrait from there to kind of finish my story or my headcanon here. It just looks like he's gone off the rails. You can see the horns. They're all grown out. They're not well kept like we're kind of used to seeing with Darth Maul. They look like in the Clone Wars when he's first found in that junk pile after he's been cut in half by Obi-Wan, and he's just kind of let himself go, and he's just psycho. And I love this portrait, because this is the one I'm going to display on a regular basis. It's just this kind of crazed look in his eyes. He's got the kind of feral scream in his face and his mouth, and then again, like I talked about, the horns are all grown out and crazy looking. I just think it's such a great alternative, again, to the one that I already have back here, which is kind of the episode 1 movie Maul. This is absolutely outstanding. Just, again, another knockout Mythos sculpt for the Star Wars line. Please keep these coming. I love it. And again, I know this is probably kind of getting old, especially if you watched my Asajj review, but I mean, I have to put this one in my top 3 in my collection. This Mythos line is unbelievable. I can't wait to keep adding to the case. We'll show you actually at the end of the video all 3 of the ones I have together, the Vader, the Asajj, and this Maul. Can't say it enough. Awesome sculpt. And we're actually going to show you the switch out head portrait too. There's no exclusive. Just anyone who orders the statue gets both head sculpts, but we're going to take a look at that other sculpt as well for the head. All right, guys, so here we go. We've got the other switch out portrait for the Darth Maul, and as you can see, it's a little more of that kind of normal looking movie portrait, a little more of a sane Maul, as it were. The horns are shorter. He's got more kind of the grimace face as opposed to the yell and the kind of crazed look in his eyes. He looks just kind of more intense, focused, like he's got a certain goal in mind that he's going after. And it's a great, great portrait. Like, don't get me wrong, I just love the crazy one. That's the one I'm going to go with for my display. But this is a fantastic portrait, great looking Maul. They did a great job with the teeth. The eyes are awesome. Again, very, very intense. They've got that kind of yellow and red look that we're so used to with Maul. Tattoos, again, are amazing on the face. He's got his kind of signature little earring that they let Ray Park keep that was actually just something he had already, and Lucas was like, yeah, we'll just make it part of the character. So that's actually on that portrait as well. So again, just awesome. I think it looks great with the overall look at the statue. You really can't go wrong with which portrait you choose. But just wanted to show you all that one because it is also very, very cool. All right, well, thank you again, guys, for joining us for another statue review. Just had so much fun with this one. This Maul is incredible. Just so excited to be able to add it to my collection And just if you want to know more about this character, be sure, like I mentioned, the Clone Wars, check that out on Disney Plus. It's a great animated series. You find out a lot more about this guy. And then also check out the Rebels animated show as well. You get some more good backstory from Darth Maul. And stay tuned too, because I've got the Darth Sidious coming very soon, actually a little bit later this week. So we'll be getting that review out very, very soon. Excited to review that one, keep this Mythos line going. And just thank you again to everyone who's already subscribed to the channel. Just really appreciate that as we kind of get things up and running. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. That would be amazing. And please like the video, comment down below. Let us know what you think about this guy. If you're adding him to your collection, that would be fantastic. And again, we just look forward to keeping on growing the channel. And just remember, collect what you like, not what's popular.